This morning we are so excited to be in Chamonix in the French Alps, getting ready to hike up to Lac Blanc. Now normally we would only take one gondola ride up to the mountain and hike the additional 500 plus meters to the top. However, this morning I'm nursing a back injury, and so we're going to actually take the second chairlift up to the top and traverse across the top of the mountain, enjoying the views along the way. We're really excited to get going, so we gotta go get our lift tickets.
Oh my goodness, I'm already so excited, and we are just on the first ride up the mountain here. I have always dreamed of coming to the French Alps and hiking, and now that we're here, this just feels so surreal. It's so beautiful. We have Mont Blanc behind us, and we're gonna be hiking to this gorgeous Alpine lake today. And even just this gondola ride up the mountain is absolutely breathtaking. I do feel a little bit bad with Danny's fear of heights. I keep bringing him on all these things, which really tests that, but he's doing a great job. I'm proud of him.
All right, so it took off a little quicker than I expected. As you probably recognize from our last video, I don't do too well with heights. And it's already a little scary.
So Danny got a little wigged out on that first gondola ride, and he is now debating whether he wants to face his fear of heights or tough it out with his back on the trail. Because we could hike from here, I think it'd be about a 2-hour climb, or we can take the lift up and then hike over, which would relieve a little bit of back pressure since I think you're more so traversing across. He's over there, I think, contemplating life. So let's see what he decides.
So after careful deliberation, and to not necessarily come from a place of fear about the chairlift, I mean, we've ridden chairlifts before when we've gone skiing and snowboarding, but Leanne and I have always kind of been of this frame of mind that you have to earn the view. And so I think we're gonna take the 500 plus meter trail up and hike to Lac Blanc from the top of La Flégère.
Yay! I'm excited. This is what I was hoping for. I've grown up my whole life skiing and snowboarding. My mom grew up in Norway, so she had us on skis as soon as we could walk. And I can't remember a time when I've actually been at a ski location when it wasn't winter. So this is a whole new experience of hiking up these trails that you usually would be riding down. This is so beautiful. Also, hi Mom.
We have kind of just begun the ascent, not too far from where we got dropped off. And I'll tell you what, from hiking at sea level to hiking in the mountains, there's a little bit of a difference, but I usually huff and puff anyways. It's just gonna be a nice push all the way up to the top. Right now, all we see is switchbacks. It might eventually traverse across the mountain. We're excited to see where it takes us.
As predicted, it's a bit of a puffer, but the views are amazing. You're exposed to the whole ridgeline the entire time. You have Mont Blanc and the rest of the Alps before you. It's everything that I hoped hiking in the Alps would be. There's even flowers lining the trail, but there's snow just above us. And then you look across the way, there's waterfalls coming down the mountains. It's just a bit of everything right now.
So this trail has been great so far. So much of it is really well marked out, packed down. It hasn't been so much straight up as it was right there in the beginning, and so we're doing a lot of traversing back and forth and really taking in the scenery.
We're about 1.5 miles from La Flégère gondola at this point. It's been starting to get a little steeper once again, and now, since our elevation, there's actually pockets of snow all around us. And we're doing this end of June, beginning of July, so it is summertime, but I think just because of the elevation, there's snow up here, I'd imagine almost year round. So it's a really cool experience. I always get so happy around snow, and living in Hawaii, we don't get to see it all that much. So this is really special. When I saw it, I immediately wanted to just touch it, hold it. We love living in Hawaii, but I grew up in the snow, so it's always fun to play in it.
So I see a sign for Lac Blanc. I don't want to go around the corner first. This has been Leanne's dream, so we're gonna let her do the great reveal.
We've finally made it to Lac Blanc, and I can't believe it is still frozen over. I was not expecting this much snow since it is the beginning of summer. This is really impressive to see. The clouds have still been rolling in and out, giving us little glimpses of the mountains. So I'm hoping if we hang out here for a bit, explore. There's the other side of the lake as well. We've heard there's a second lake potentially back there. Really excited to finally be up here. This is really cool.
This view was definitely worth the effort. I'm so glad that we did not take the chairlift up and decided to hike the 2.25 miles over to Lac Blanc, and just enjoyed every minute of it. I don't know quite what I was expecting, but it wasn't this. Frozen lakes, snow-covered mountains, like being in them. I didn't grow up around mountains, and out in Hawaii, the mountains are not snow-covered at all. This has been absolutely incredible. Well worth the 2.5 mile trek up to Lac Blanc. And now we gotta do that return trip back to the gondola and head to the bottom of the mountain. And then we're gonna be heading out of France on our way to our next country. That seriously felt like a roller coaster as we were leaving out. I thought it would be easier on the way down. Oh gosh, and now I'm just seeing each of these rollers. Then we take a steeper drop. Okay, see you in the next country.